You are not losing because you lack talent. You are losing because your nervous system is loud, your attention is cheap, your mood is negotiable. Your face tells people what you want before you say a word. You think you are authentic. What you really are is readable, predictable, easy to manage. You call it passion. Other people call it leverage. Look at your week. You walk into work and you start proving yourself. You fill the silence. You over-explain. You volunteer too quickly. You send the long message to clear things up. You laugh a little too hard at jokes that are not funny because you want to belong. You say yes because you want to be seen as dependable. Then you wonder why you get more tasks, not more respect. You wonder why people feel comfortable interrupting you, assigning you tasks, and correcting you in front of others. You wonder why you are helpful but never central. Then your relationship. You feel something shift, a delay in replies, a colder tone, a new distance. You panic quietly. You start monitoring. You ask, "Are we okay?" You offer more. You become extra considerate. You start negotiating your own boundaries to keep the peace. You think love is maintained by effort. What you are doing is bidding. You are asking for approval. You are stepping into their court and letting them judge your worth every day. Then your friends or family. Someone throws a minor insult, a joke with teeth, a comment that tests your status. You react. You try to be witty. You try to show you are not bothered. Your eyes change, your tone changes. You defend yourself while pretending you are not, and the room feels it. They learn something about you. They know where your ego lives. They learn what controls you. You think you held your ground. You actually gave them the map. This is the deeper cause. You were trained to be helpful, obedient, and agreeable. You were taught to seek approval, to explain, to soften, to earn your place. Not powerful, not untouchable, not in command of the frame. Machiavelli observed this without romance, not as advice, as a fact of human structure. People do not follow the most gifted man. They follow the man who looks unshakable. They do not submit to raw talent. They submit to controlled force. They do not respect your potential. They respect your boundaries, your timing, your calm focus, your refusal to be handled. And that is why calm focus beats raw talent every time, in every room, in every relationship, in every hierarchy you pretend is fair. In a moment, I'm going to expose power shifts that change how the world treats you. Not because you learned a trick, because you stopped losing control, because you stopped begging for permission to exist, because you stopped accepting other people's frames as reality. Most people will leave before the end. They will call it toxic. They will call it negative. That is just their way of protecting the cage they live in. The cage feels familiar. The cage feels moral. The cage keeps them safe and managed. If you stay, you separate from the herd. If you ignore this, you remain controlled. That is not a threat. That is the default outcome. Controlled men always stay controlled. Put your phone face down and listen. If this hits you, write, "I am the strategist," once in the comments to mark the day your mindset changed. Here is the first reality you avoid. People do not respond to what you want. People react to what you tolerate. You think your talent speaks, talent whispers. Tolerance screams. You see this at work. A colleague takes credit for your idea in a meeting. You feel heat in your chest. You tell yourself to be professional. You smile. You let it slide because you do not want conflict. Later, you vent to a friend. Later, you work harder to prove yourself. You think your results will correct the story. They will not. The story is already written, and you helped write it with your silence. Not the controlled silence, the weak silence. The silence of avoidance. The silence that says, "I will accept the frame you just put on me." You accepted their frame. In their court, you became a background character. Now you are being evaluated instead of evaluating. You are waiting for fairness instead of enforcing standards. The moral inversion is brutal. What feels good is weak. Being easy to work with feels good. It also makes you a target. Being understanding feels good. It also makes you a container for other people's disrespect. Calm focus is different. Calm focus is not swallowing disrespect. Calm focus is choosing the moment. Calm focus is not emotional, it is surgical. The man with calm focus does not chase credit. He claims space. He corrects the frame in real time with minimal words. He speaks like a judge, not like a petitioner. You do not need a scene. You need a sentence. I want to clarify something. That idea came from my work last week. Then silence, not nervous silence. Command silence. You let the room adjust to your certainty. People fear silence because silence creates interpretation, but you use that fear. You hold your posture. You hold your tone. You do not over-explain. You do not argue, you state. You let them feel the weight. Machiavelli would recognize this instantly, not courage. As for governance, the appearance of control is control. Authority is not granted to the most talented man. Authority is given to the man who behaves as if authority is already his. Here is the subsequent reversal. The more you try to be liked, the less you are respected. You call it being nice. They call it being manageable. In relationships, this is where men collapse. You think intimacy means transparency. You think closeness means constant access. You think love is measured by how quickly you respond and how much you explain. So when tension appears, you talk more, you reveal more, you offer more. You keep the emotional faucet open because you fear loss. That behavior creates weakness. It signals you are dependent on approval. It signals that your identity is being negotiated in real time based on their mood. It signals you can be pushed, pulled, rewarded, or punished. You accepted their frame. Their frame is that they are the judge and you are the applicant. Every time you ask, "Are we okay?" you step into their court. You hand them authority. You tell them your peace depends on their answer. Even if they love you, the structure becomes clear. You can be managed. Now the inversion. What feels cold is effective. Distance creates authority. Scarcity creates value. Silence creates fear. The most powerful men in relationships are not the loudest. They are not the most expressive. They are the least controllable. Calm focus means you do not chase clarity. You become the standard. If someone pulls away, you do not beg, you observe. You let them reveal themselves. You do not punish, you do not threaten. You do not reward disrespect with access. A message comes late. Fine. Your reply comes later. Not as a tactic, as reality. You are busy. You are composed. You do not live inside their attention economy. You are not a dog waiting for a bell. And when the moment comes to speak, you speak with boundaries. I notice the shift. I do not have an unstable connection. If you want this, be consistent. Then silence. You do not negotiate your boundary. You do not explain why you deserve stability. You set a standard like a man who can walk away. This is Machiavellian realism, not cruelty, not games, control. The world respects the man who can withdraw without collapsing. Another reversal. Your emotions are not honest. They are advertisements. People watch your reactions to learn what they can do to you. This is why family and friends test you. The joke, the side comment, the passive aggression. It is not random. It is calibration. They are checking your boundaries. They want to see if you will accept their frame. If you react, you show them the lever. If you argue, you show them you need their approval. If you try to be witty, you show them you are defending yourself. If you get loud, you show them you are unstable. Every response is a donation of information. Calm focus is not being numb. Calm focus is being unreadable on command. A controlled face is a weapon. A controlled voice is a weapon. You do not need to win the exchange. You need to shift the frame. Someone says, "You are getting a little full of yourself lately." The weak man laughs it off. The weak man explains his intentions. The weak man says, "No, I am just trying to improve." He is begging to be seen as good. The controlled man pauses. He looks at them like he is measuring them. Then he says, "What makes you say that?" And he stays quiet. Now they are speaking in your court. They have to justify their attack. They have to expose the motive. They have to show their insecurity. You are evaluating instead of being assessed. This is the mechanism. When you ask a clean question and stop, you force them to carry the weight. Silence creates pressure. Pressure reveals the truth. Most people cannot handle it. They start talking. They start explaining. They start backtracking. They show you what they are. Machiavelli understood that the crowd fears the man who cannot be pulled into emotional theater, because emotional theater is where control changes hands. If you do not perform, you do not submit. Another reversal. Hard work is not power. Leverage is power. You have been trained to worship effort because effort makes you a good worker. It does not make you a respected man. At work, you stay late. You fix problems quietly. You answer messages fast. You become the emergency button. Then you wonder why you are not promoted. Because you made yourself replaceable in a specific way. You became a tool. Tools do not lead. Tools get used. Common behavior creates weakness here. You keep saying yes. You keep being available. You keep acting grateful. You think gratitude signals maturity. In reality, constant gratitude signals you believe your position is fragile. And if you feel your position is delicate, others will test it. Calm focus means you stop playing the hard worker character. You start playing the high-value operator character. You do fewer things, but the right things. You move in silence. You let scarcity form around your time. You let people feel what happens when you are not instantly accessible. When someone dumps urgent work on you at the last minute, the weak man rushes. He wants to be the hero. He wants approval. The strong man asks one question: what is the priority you want me to drop for this? Then silence. Now the manager must admit the trade-off. Now the manager must respect your bandwidth. Now you are not being managed. You are negotiating power. You are not rude. You are precise. You are not emotional. You are calm. You are focused. You are controlling the frame. Machiavelli would call this competence with boundaries. People fear the man who can say no without anger, because anger is still dependent. Anger shows you are invested. Calm refusal shows you have options. Another reversal. Explaining is submission. This is where most men betray themselves daily. You get questioned. You get challenged. Someone asks why you did something. Someone implies you were wrong. You start explaining. You give context. You give reasons. You give background. You give your inner world away as if it were evidence in a court case. You accepted their frame. The frame is that you are on trial. They are the judges. You are the accused. Most men do not notice how often they put themselves on trial. They think communication is maturity. Sometimes it is. Usually, it is fear disguised as politeness. Calm focus means you do not explain to earn innocence. You state decisions. You offer minimal justification. You keep your inner world private. Privacy is power. Mystery is power. Mystery is power. A coworker says, "Why did you not include me in that email?" The weak man panics. He says, "I did not mean to exclude you. I was rushing. I thought you were busy. I can forward it. Sorry." That is a confession of low status. The strong man says, "I included the people needed for that step. If you need to be looped in for the next step, tell me what you own." Then silence. Now they must define value. Now they must claim responsibility. You did not submit. You were redirected. In relationships, the same law applies. Where were you can be a simple question, or it can be a control test. The weak man gives a full report. He performs transparency like a child reporting to a parent. The strong man gives a clean answer and watches the tone. "I was handling my schedule." Then he changes the topic. If the question was innocent, nothing breaks. If the question were a test, the power dynamic would become visible. You do not let the interrogation frame become normal. Machiavelli understood that being too open makes you easier to manipulate. People use your reasons against you. People use your compassion against you. People use your desire to be understood against you. Calm focus is strategic opacity, not lying or hiding crimes, just refusing to give people more access than they deserve. Another reversal. Talent is noisy. Power is quiet. You have seen talented men who cannot hold a room. They talk too much. They joke too much. They argue too much. They show off. They perform. They want to be acknowledged. They are addicted to reaction. That addiction makes them weak. The calm man is different. He is not rushed. He does not fill gaps. He does not compete for attention. He takes his time. He lets other people overtalk. He watches who interrupts. He watches who seeks approval. He watches who tries to lead. He gathers data while everyone else performs. That is psychological superiority. You are not inside the game. You are above it. In a group setting, someone tries to dominate the conversation. They talk over others. They make bold claims. The room follows because the room fears emptiness. The room fears silence. The room wants a leader, even a fake one. The weak response is to compete, to raise your voice, to throw facts, to argue. That is stepping into their court. That is giving them your energy. That is letting them set the tempo. Calm focus means you wait, you let them finish. You look at them for a beat longer than comfortable. Then you say, that is one way to see it. And you stop. The room feels the gap. They think you are not impressed. You did not validate. You did not attack. You stayed above. Now they believe it is evaluated. If you need to correct them, you do it clean. That is not accurate. Then you give one fact. One. Then silence. You do not debate. You do not spar. Sparring is for equals. When you act like it is a debate, you confirm their status. When you correct and move on, you keep authority. Machiavelli did not worship virtue in public behavior. He respected the effect. The effect of calm focus is dominance without theater. The effect is that other people start adjusting to you. They speak differently around you. They become careful. They do not know where the line is, so they assume it is sharp. Now the consequences. If you do not live this way, you become socially invisible, not ignored fully. Worse, you become a background utility. People remember you when they need something. They forget you when decisions are made. You become managed instead of respected. Your boss does not fear losing you. Your partner does not fear disappointing you. Your friends do not fear crossing you. You are tolerated, not valued. You are included, but not prioritized. You are nice, but not significant. That is what happens when you leak approval-seeking behavior. You chase clarity, you chase validation, you chase harmony. Harmony is a trap when it is bought at the cost of your self-respect. You think you are keeping the peace. You are training people to handle you carelessly, and because you are talented, it hurts more. Talent makes you believe the world should recognize you automatically. It will not. The world recognizes structure. The world recognizes boundaries. The world recognizes calm certainty. The world recognizes the man who does not need to be liked to function. Now watch the contrast. Silence creates fear, not fear as panic, fear as uncertainty. Uncertainty makes people cautious. Caution makes people respectful. Distance creates authority, not constant absence. Controlled distance, the ability to step back and remain stable. People chase what is not always available. People value what is scarce. People become loyal to what they feel they could lose. Scarcity creates value. This is true in attention, time, access, affection, and even humor. When you give everything freely, people treat it as common. When you provide selectively, people treat it as earned. This is not cruelty. These are not games. This is realism. The world is not structured around fairness. It is structured around perception and leverage. Machiavelli did not invent that. He observed it. You can hate it and remain controlled, or you can accept it and become dangerous. Calm focus is not a personality trait, it is a discipline. It is the choice to stay in command of your nervous system while others broadcast theirs. It is the choice to delay reaction. It is the choice to let silence do the work. It is the choice to stop explaining, stop seeking approval, stop auditioning. You stop being pulled into other people's frames. You stop stepping into their courts. You stop handing them authority. When a manager tries to rush you, you slow down. When a partner tries to provoke you, you hold eye contact and breathe. When a friend tries to embarrass you, you ask a keen question and wait. When someone tests your boundary, you restate it once and disengage. No anger, no pleading, no performance. People learn fast. People learn you are not a toy. They learn you do not trade dignity for connection. They that know do not panic under pressure. Those who understand do not scramble for approval. That learning is respect, and here is the uncomfortable truth. You cannot do this part-time. The world notices inconsistency. If you are calm today and desperate tomorrow, you are still hopeless. If you set a boundary once and then break it, you teach people that your standards are negotiable. If you talk about discipline but chase validation, you are still in the cage. Machiavelli would not sympathize with your intentions. He would look at outcomes. Outcomes are what matter. Outcomes are what the world responds to. So the challenge is straightforward and honest. For the next 7 days, do not explain yourself unless it is required for logistics. Do not send the second message. Do not rush to answer accusations. Do not fill the silence in meetings. Do not volunteer your insecurity. When you speak, speak once. Then stop. Let people sit in the quiet you control. Watch what happens. The weak will get irritated. They live off your reactions. The manipulators will test harder. They need you emotionally to steer you. The respectful will adjust. They will treat you with more care because you are more complex to read and harder to move. This is where you decide who you are. Not by what you feel, by what you tolerate, by what you reward, by what you refuse. If you want, like the video, subscribe, and share it with a man who is still confusing talent with power. Do not sell it to him, just send it. Let it sit in his mind. If this hit you, write, "I am the strategist," once in the comments, to mark the day your mindset changed. Now close your mouth more, hold your gaze longer, move slower, decide faster. Keep your standards high and your exclamations short. Stay calm, stay focused, stay untouchable. That is who you are now.